Hey, Chris.
Hey, Dennis, how are you?
Good, good. You ready?
We are live streaming on YouTube right now.
Good.
How's your basement project coming?
Well, Paul came in town, so we're going to run the beadboard today. We're going to beadboard the whole bathroom, so I rough drywalled it, so it's solid. Beadboard at Lowe's is 1/2 inch. It's real wood. It's primed, so it's saves some time as far as painting goes. So that should look pretty cool. Kind of neat. Got the tile on the floor and that kind of stuff. So I'm ready to move along.
Cool.
I'm ready to be done.
Fair enough.
You been working much in the house? Are you done?
Well, we got the upstairs when that's all done, except for we're ordering countertop on Saturday. But then we're getting ready to start laundry room upstairs.
You're getting my end or your end. It's locking up. Do you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you fine. You're just your picture's flickering a little, but your voice is coming through clear.
Yeah. I wonder if that's my end or your end.
Odds are not my end, but just based on.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that game puts that optic fiber in this year. They were marking out here earlier this month. Last month, the guy was out marking utilities. So I don't know.
Cool.
We'll see. But I sure like to get that optic fiber in here. It'd be nice, especially since Bonnie's working from home.
Yeah.
You got any reports from citizens at all?
What's that?
Any reports from citizens?
No, I did not get any communication.
Okay. Is everybody going to be here as far as the meeting goes?
As far as I know, well, I tried to call Mark to remind him, and I didn't get him. So.
Okay.
Getting all my different screens ready to share.
Quick question, so I don't have to ask it later. Did we ever have the drive-in movie events at all?
We did one.
Okay.
Back, that must have been end of June.
That's the one that. Remember, there was an outside.
Sorry, now I didn't catch that. What you said.
They were going to do one in the elementary.
Yeah, we did in the elementary school parking lot.
Did that ever go off? Was our equipment or their equipment?
Our equipment, but then actually it was all of our stuff. We set it up on, but we put the screen up on a trailer on that mound. That's at the north end of their parking lot.
Yeah. Did that go off?
Yeah, it went well.
Okay. Did that happen? Okay, good downstairs. Internet signal for the final thing. Hi, Julie's.
You guys hear me?
Yes, I got you.
Awesome.
I'm going to do a walking meeting. I'm trying to do steps for, weight loss.
Absolutely.
Fundraiser. Just be stupid.
Karen,
Now I'm gonna go downstairs, see if I
Hey,
get a
can you
better
do me a
signal.
favor?
Hi, Karen.
Tonight, Carol can't be here. I'm gonna record the meeting for her. But will you write down the times of stuff, like for when we start the meeting, when we go into executive session, when we come out?
Okay,
That would be very helpful. Thank you.
you're welcome. I got my, I printed off this report, the bid, right? And I have my
Magnifying glass?
I literally went and got my magnifying glass. I'm like, okay, exactly what does it say? It's like, woo. All right, get back in. Door. It's rather pleasant out.
Nice break in the weather for a change. Felt pretty good today. Enjoyed that.
Yeah, it feels very nice right now.
Yeah, I think we'll probably eat dinner outside.
I went and got my yard mowed after all the rain.
Yeah, I mowed mine Sunday and it needs mowed already.
I know, but it is surprising, like, once it starts raining, we have to keep mowing.
Yeah.
I was a fan
Yeah.
of that brown stuff that was out front for a while.
Yeah, it's all gone now.
Yeah, I love when it goes dormant like that.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Did you have to lay up anybody at all? Or are we still mowing staff? Oh, he's on the phone.
He's on the phone.
You know, for a while there, he was down one mower, I think. That was a while ago. $6.55. Well, one thing, the flowers are growing like gangbusters this year, don't you think, Karen? I mean, my goodness, I don't think I've ever had such big flowers.
Yeah, some things have really been pretty.
Yeah, hey, Davey.
Hibiscus have really, but I have to watch. I went around, and I think even
Good
right
evening,
out
everyone.
front.
Hi, Davey.
Hi, Davey. That the deer have eaten some of my lilies right out front along my driveway.
Really?
So I went and sprayed, but then it rained, so I probably need to spray again.
Yeah.
Spray with that deer be
Yeah,
gone, stinky stuff.
Yeah, I tell you, they get the young ones, they eat anything. And then they try, go up, that's not very good. But meanwhile, you lost all your geraniums, it's like.
Yeah, we have a little family living out back here, a mom and there's 2 babies. They've been, yeah, between my yard and the Cooper's yard, they just wander back and forth. So,
Well, it's nice you feed them.
yeah. Yeah.
Pat, what are you doing? You look like you're in the shadows.
Oh,
Can you
he's
get some-
outside.
Some light on your face? Pat, he's got his microphone on.
Yes,
There you go. We can't see you, Pat. All we can see is an
I know.
outline.
it's my
You've got
shadow version.
I don't know
yeah.
what it is. If you can turn
Well,
it or something.
when you're on Zoom, you need to have the light in front of you or beside you. It's like for me right now, behind me, you can see how it just really lights up my door. But yeah, if I went in the other room where I usually keep it, you couldn't see me either because it's too
Right.
bright
Well,
behind me.
You're gonna have to send us verification that's really you, Pat, because we can't see you.
Look at the silhouette.
That's all you are.
Yeah,
Can't you just look out your window, Dennis, and verify?
That's exactly what I was gonna say,
There you
Josie.
go.
Just
Yeah.
look out back.
There's your house, Dennis.
Are you guys
Hey,
that
hi,
close?
Tammy.
There's your house,
Hey,
Dennis.
there's Pat.
Can you guys just go sit beside each other and have a double meeting here?
There you go. We could do that. Oh, yeah.
I didn't know you guys are exactly right next door. That's funny.
Oh my goodness, yeah. It's I use this driveway for a loading dock.
Yeah.
Hi, Tammy.
Oh,
They added some new emojis or reactions, excuse me.
Oh, they have?
Yeah, look at this.
No, I just have 2.
I do too.
You have more?
Sorry. Yeah, I have a heart, like a ha 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 laughing crying face, open mouth, surprise, and a little ta-da party. Can
You
you
must
see
have
it?
you must have a
Do
new
you pay
computer.
more? Do you pay more? Do you have a?
Oh, I got a new computer.
Yeah, that's it.
I just downloaded Zoom right before I logged in here.
Perfect.
Ah, I still have just the thumbs up and the clapping. I want those other ones too.
Yeah, this
So,
is,
Nate, do you ever show us your picture, or are you like usually sitting around in your skivvies and a old t-shirt or something? We
he's
never
just
get
gonna
to
give
see
a
you.
thumbs up.
Yeah, he's just listening.
Oh, he doesn't have a camera.
Don't have a camera. Take the tape off. What kind of technology are you using? Like Atari or something? Take the tape off the camera.
It's funny.
I remember going to my parents' house and seeing that tape over the camera on the computer. I just thought that was so hilarious. Oh, they're watching you. That's cute. All right. are we
Desktop
close to
computer.
that? All right. So anybody else did you hear from Chris?
We're missing.
You're from Mark at all?
No,
Oh,
Mark, I tried to call Mark at 6:30 to remind him, and I didn't hear from him. I haven't heard back. I texted him too, so
What about
Okay.
Jordan?
Look out my door.
I have not heard from Jordan.
Okay. Well, it's 7:00. Let's get started. This is the meeting with Joint Parks and Rec District and without Secretary Carol. So Chris is keeping notes and Karen's going to record times as far as official document. Well, welcome everybody, all you COVID refugees. It's just business as usual, and I think it's going to stay the same for a while yet. So nonetheless, first item of business is the approval of the 2020 minutes. Anybody have any questions on the 2020 minutes?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Then
Karen
motion, do
Brady.
we have a second?
I'll second.
A second by Davey. All opposed, say aye.
You said opposed.
Sorry. All in favor said aye.
Aye.
And opposed, same sign. Thank you so much.
I'm impressed everybody was paying attention so much and nobody said aye when he said opposed. That
Yeah,
was
I'm like, what?
That's good. I'm glad to hear that. A couple of questions though, just since it's, programming coming up here real soon. Did all those events go off? Like, did Charles Roberts do Oakland Square? That was in the minutes for Narcotics Anonymous. You know if that went off?
I was gone when that one was scheduled. I don't know if that one went or not. The
The
other
Brown Park
stuff-
reception?
yes, it did go.
Did it go off? Okay, good. And then what about the Vacation Bible School with Calvary? Did they get
It
that?
went off as well.
All right, very good. Thank you so much. All right, next item would be approval of the bills. I do have a couple questions. This is there's a lot of pages.
It is.
Let's look at the detailed expense transactions. Page 5 mentions a metal building from Advantage Properties.
Yes.
What is that?
So I'm unmuted, right? Yes. Down at Ratliff Park, we bought a building from them. It was the barn dealership. It was on North 68 that went out, that they closed, that was owned by Harvey's.
One on the right as you went
Yes.
up? Yeah.
And they had a metal carport enclosed building that is, I believe it was 18 by 21 with an overhead door and a man door that we picked up for $1,500 and installed.
Whoa.
in the park. I thought that was
that.
well worth the.
You're going to use that for equipment programs and.
It's for equipment at Ratliff, so we don't have to drive stuff back and forth between Southview and Ratliff on a daily basis.
That's a really nice purchase. Boy, what a bargain.
Yeah.
Page 9 is the Electric Globe VLV pop-up rotor ear clamp TUR. What in the world is that? From
Just a
Century
second.
Equipment.
Fine. You said page 9?
Yeah. It's a $265 item, but I just can't imagine what it is. Rotor ear clamp.
Oh, that is on the $97.60. Those are rotors for the irrigation system.
Oh, for the big gun irrigation?
No, for our, we have two in-ground, the infield at the irrigation system at Blue Jacket and the irrigation system at Ratliff are both Toros.
Okay, so you bought all.
They're pop-up heads, and it's not.
Gotcha.
It's multiple heads for that.
Yeah, all right, that's fine. I just didn't know what in the world that was. What about page 11? We had to refund the Logan Champaign Mental Health District $750. Which program was that for? It was refund due to COVID.
Well, okay, that would have been. That's a multi-vendor. I believe that was one of the. It's the refunds for deposits, and that was one of the like 4 or 5 that was refunded. And that one was when they had actually canceled an event because of COVID at Myra. But that's one piece of the 750 is multiple ones on one PO, but only one of them shows up in the title on that report.
All right, that's fine. And I just wondered what they were canceling. So that was use in Myra.
Yeah, it was in Myra, but they canceled because of COVID.
And the last one was on the last page is the Treasurer of the State of Ohio, $403.48 for dam safety annual fee.
We have a permit to have the dam at Myra that is for the big lake.
But for every year we have to have
every
that?
year.
Oh my gosh. All right.
It's one of those things we inherited when we got the property.
Yeah, all right. That's fine. I just was curious why that was annual. All right, any other questions on the bills? We need a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve the bills.
Motion to approve, second.
I'll second.
Julie seconded. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thank you very much. Okay, so the next item would be communication for citizens. Chris?
We have not received any communication from citizens that we have into the inbox like we've put out to the media. So nothing to report.
Thank you. And since Jordan's not with us, is there anything you want to pass on from council?
I think the biggest message from council, administration, however you want to look at it from the city side, would be just their concerns over revenues. As we go through this time, that's by far the biggest message out there. I think all in all, everybody's doing a really good job of holding the line and dealing with all of the where we're at, and we're in a really good financial position as a municipality going into this. But it's just the fear of the unknown right now. I think is what everybody's just making sure that we're being as cautious as possible. I believe income tax compared to last year was down 30% the last 2 months. But also, if you look at last month, it was down 30%, but we still brought in more than we spent. So we're on one hand, we're not bringing in as much, but we're also doing a really good job of not spending. So it's just a good balance right now. I think that would be the biggest message to come from council at this point.
Thank you. Anybody else have any questions about the city or? Okay. All right, thank you. Into the superintendent's report.
Okay, first piece there under programs is a program update. And when we put this agenda together before I went on vacation, it was as of August 4th. And August 4th and August 5th could be very different. I don't know. As of right now, we are preparing for a soccer season as well as a youth football season. Those are the two big, and cheerleading as well. Those are the activities that we have as far as youth sports coming up here. With the rules that are in place today, we will not have those activities. But as we have learned in the past, rules change on a daily basis at this point. So where we're at right now is we have set up to take registrations through August 14th for both of those. So we've pushed back some of that, just trying to get a feel of where we're going to be. And then I expect that we will have meetings and conversations next week about where are we at with the rules, what's going on, and are we going to do it. I am not optimistic about those contact sports right now. Just different things that are, there's people quarantined from practice from last week. That was things that went on at the high school. So it is just a lot of unknown right now about program as far as our youth sports stuff that we'd have coming up. So,
So are the rules different for the youth than they are for the high school, or
they're from the state? It just talks about contact and non-contact sports. And it doesn't delineate age. It doesn't delineate if you travel from one community to another. It doesn't delineate high school, rec.
So what are the rules that you think that would be difficult then for us to?
Well, as of right now, to have a competition, you have to have testing.
Test all the players
3 days before the game, and then before any game, and any positive. There's a whole list of things.
They're doing that at the high school? I can't imagine they're doing that at the high school.
Well, they're not, but that's why there's no competitions right now. Everything is a practice. They're not allowed to have any scrimmages between different. There's just a lot of rules. So that's the big rule right now that would prevent any kind of us
So
having
are we
activity.
going to at least allow like teams to gather and practice?
Well, what my recommendation is going to be, if these rules are going to be in place for more than really a week or two, what I am going to recommend to the soccer board, to youth football, and then actually I'm going to go back to baseball and softball. And what I'd like to do is put together skills training opportunities for all the different sports, and have people create different times where we can do smaller groups, say 9 and 10-year-old baseball, come out to Ratliff for this hour and a half, and let's do 6, 7, 8 soccer at that same time out at Southview, and have different opportunities where we can do the social distance practicing stuff that is allowed and very, very doable right now. And so I want to work with organizations and try and get some opportunities. Kids need stuff to do. And so if we can't do games, let's work with the volunteers and say, hey, let's make some fun practice games where they don't have to share a ball. They can use their own ball and dribble. They can pass with their feet if they're doing soccer. If it's baseball, you can play catch. And then you can take batting practice, you can field grounders, we can do all those different things that we don't have to have somebody right next to each other to do. So that's the kind of concept that we're going to work towards here over the next month, if we're not going to be able to have what would be our traditional seasons. Does that make sense? That's what our goal is right now. So that's that. The Myra education program was scheduled to go on the 15th. That was supposed to be an OWL presentation from a group out of Yellow Springs, and we just got word of cancellation from them today. So we are probably going to go ahead and just cancel the rest of that program, because it seems like every month we're almost going to have it, and then we're getting it canceled. So some people have invested in it. We're going to offer them a refund, and then try and regroup with that back for 2021 and just see where we're at.
We have two people are still committed to do a program. Sarah Stahl was going to do, taxonomic keys and teach kids how to look up leaves and things like that. And then of course, Ben Kennedy was going to do his bees. And, so, I guess I'm lost to what to suggest.
Well, and maybe what we'll do is go ahead and leave those on the books, but we still offer a refund. We haven't bought shirts for anybody, so that's one of our biggest expenses is if you buy the year package, you get a T-shirt or two. So we haven't done that. We can give refunds, and we're not out anything significant, and just allow people not have people be nervous and still present those opportunities as long as those people are still willing to do them. So.
Kind of play it by ear, I guess. Well, we had very small participation this year, probably because of the COVID, and so it's hard to say, what's going to be
Absolutely
going on tomorrow. So, but at this point, I think Chris is right. We should just go ahead and send out a letter saying we're very doubtful about the entire program, that we'll offer them a full refund if they wish it, and we'll see what happens. And then the rest of it, we'll just play it by ear. Does that sound okay?
Yeah, that's great.
It's kind of one of those things. Anything else in programs, Chris?
No, nothing else at this point. Finance-wise, budget-wise, I think we're doing a pretty darn good job in our operating budget, staying well within where we need to be. It's always nice when we spend a month and a half and we mow the grass once or twice because it goes dormant. So that was a nice little respite where we got some other work done. Got some dirt work done around the new playground and whatnot. So we're getting moving on some of those kind of things we've been kind of behind on. And now we're back to kind of a full go on mowing. So, but budget wise, things are right where we would expect them to be at this time of year. And we're just being as cautious as we can be as well, just to be kind of that same team player in the whole municipality here, so that we're being part of the solution, not part of the problem when it comes to expenditures. So
I had a question just on, I noticed on the budget that on some of them we're in the 90% of usage. And I didn't like, one was from the pool, it said incidentals and concessions, and it was at 92.5% budgeted used. So I was like,
so that was pool concession.
Yeah, it said incidentals and concessions.
So is that a catch-all for all our concessions? Or no?
But I just thought, well, we haven't had any, so I didn't know.
That's Karen. So 13,000.
Yeah, I was just looking at where it said our percentage that we had spent.
Hold that thought. The beauty of me sitting at my desk is I have everything at my fingertips.
Yeah. There was a couple that were in the 90%. And so I just wondered if we had like one big time cost and weren't going to have anything else. Or...
Well, part of that is there's $6,000 encumbered in that line right now. And so it's not actually spent. That's just encumbered, which that's just our encumbrance process. We didn't go through and not encumber stuff.
PO's there, but not the invoice.
Correct, but I need to look at the other 6,400 and see that's what I was going to look up here. If you'd like me to do that, I can do that. Just give me 1 second.
Did you just get off the golf course, Patrick? He looks like he just was golfing. I mean, the hat, the glasses.
No, I just got done taking a walk.
Oh, did you? Did you hit a golf ball on the way by any chance and walk 18 stretches or?
No.
Your grandson ever able to beat you in a game of golf yet? Has he beat you in 9 holes?
Yeah,
Yes.
he does.
Incredible. Yes. It's pretty neat.
Did you see what one I was looking at, Chris?
Yeah, and I'm just pulling up a report here real quick, Karen. Sorry.
That's okay.
It had to be something earlier in the year. It's got to be something we did concession-wise. But trying to think what event we've had.
Well, and that's what I'm trying to. Well, and incidentals is where all of the utilities and things go through, but we wouldn't have had much in the way of utilities either. So that's what I'm. Oh. Helps if I click the right thing. I'm sorry, guys.
Jaleesa, did you ever get a chance to touch up any of the signage? I know you thought you might do that this summer, but Jaleesa?
No, I forgot, but I can still do that.
No, it's no biggie. I just was wanting to recognize you for all your volunteers.
For my
For your good hand,
lack
for your
of
handiwork.
volunteerism. No, but I
Encourage
can
you to volunteer.
still do so. Chris, are there particular signs that you know that?
I don't know. I have any
Just
idea. Some of them
percent?
are faded more than others, but don't worry about it. It's no big issue.
I would love to contribute
Okay.
my wonderful painting abilities.
Oh yeah. Well, thank you. I thought it'd be a nice fun outing for you and the kids.
Not the children.
Oh, okay.
Go.
The majority of those were refunds, Karen, for pool memberships
Oh,
and swim lessons. I'm sorry.
That makes sense.
okay.
That's what that
Okay.
was.
All right.
So because we have to expend it from somewhere, that's where that was expended from. I'm
Yeah,
sorry it took me so
okay.
long, but that's what that was. And then the other 6,000, so the 6,400 was expended, the majority of that for refunds for swim lessons and pool memberships. And then, the 6,000 that's encumbered is just for, but it won't get used, if that makes sense. So, okay.
Yeah.
Good question though. Thank you. Maintenance wise, we've got several irons in the fire really. We're getting ready for, well, tonight there was an event at Brown Park for Citizens Police Academy hosting the National Night Out. The police department has their big community safety event August 15th at Southview Park. And then I've been assisting the mayor with a bicentennial celebration that's scheduled for August 29th downtown. So there's a lot of activities that we're doing some prep work on, whether that be spraying weeds, getting Southview just kind of cleaned up and freshened up for those events. Those are events that they're scheduled in the park. Not that I necessarily want to do them, and think it makes the most sense, but I'm not the one that's in charge of those things. So we're doing a lot of work on those kind of things. If you would have seen in the newspaper, we did have a new little library installed over at Oakland Square. Really cool one. So we're glad to see that continue to move forward. I had mentioned we had done some dirt work around the Play at the Peak playground. The pavers are installed at the Play at the Peak playground as well. So the only thing really left to finally have that finalized is just some seating. And so we'll get that done here over the next month, and that's going to be kind of a final completion on that. But all the signs are up, the pavers are in, and so all that's looking really nice. John's
And are we still having an event where we can come and get our kids' handprints?
As soon as we are comfortable having an event, and I am not comfortable with events right now that we are operating. How about that? But yes, Karen, we did get all of the old handprints separated, and we want to have that event where we have them laid out and people can come. And that's something we may still be able to accomplish here yet this, maybe even in September, we can do that, because we can do that in a social distance manner as long as people are respectful of other people's space. So that's something we can work hard on getting on the books for September.
I'm just curious, was there an event at Marytan, which night would it have been? Saturday night? I just was told that they heard a lot of music and such.
No. That was at the fairgrounds.
Yeah.
Well, I heard that, but
no, I could hear it at my house, Karen, in my bedroom.
Oh, could you?
Yeah, we were sitting outside, and we at first thought it was coming from William Street. Someone driving in their car, but it was the fair.
It
Oh,
was
that's
the
funny.
concert
Okay.
at the fairgrounds.
I just didn't think it was that loud. I thought, well, I can hear it here, but it's not that loud. I was surprised you could hear it
I
clear.
could hear it in my house, Karen.
Okay, then that must have been it.
So, and John's been really busy. They've had a whole bunch of foundations for headstones that they've been doing a whole bunch this summer. So he's been really busy keeping up on those. So moving forward with all those kind of upkeep things. And I also wanted to comment, the Disc Golf Club has been putting in a bunch of work in Marytown Park as well. I worked with them on, they had a couple of hole tweaks they wanted to make that fit very well within the operation of the park. And they went ahead and they brought in equipment themselves and moved some of the concrete tee boxes and realigned them a little bit. They did a really nice job with that. And then they also are doing new hole signs as well that are going to be going up here over the next month, I would assume. So kudos to our disc golfers and the hard work and ownership they've taken in the upkeep of that facility. So really, really happy with what they've done there. So I just wanted to share that as a kind of a maintenance and improvement and them putting in that time. So thank you to them. Myra. We've got some new business to discuss here in a little bit, but I'll give you a little update. We did have the bid opening for the stairway and boardwalk bridge project. The bids came in pretty good, and so we'll discuss that here in a minute, but we're just really excited that we're going to move forward with this project. So it's exciting to finally have something moving forward like this that we've been waiting for a while. So pool, I am working to try and get the heater repair done that we had talked about earlier this summer. So we're going to get that moving forward here very soon. We talked about being as conservative as possible, but we've talked it through with the administration. Everybody's on board that, it makes a ton of sense to do that while we're not operating right now. So we're going to get that moving forward here in the very near future as well. So just wanted to share that is moving forward. Outside of that, I don't have anything else really to report other than I did have a great time away, and it is nice to be back and see y'all, but man, getting away sometimes is just really refreshing. So outside of that, any questions I'll be happy to answer.
Sounds good. No other questions?
The repair on the tennis court, how did that come out?
The tennis court repair at Blue Jacket, actually, I think it turned out pretty well. It is another Band-Aid, but it was a good Band-Aid. It's gonna make a difference for play on it for the next year or 2, 3. So we're happy to see it there to move forward with that.
Did they look at our Marytown courts too when they were here?
We did not look at Marytown anymore. When we looked at Marytown and did the work we did last time, we knew it was kind of, we were going to try and put a Band-Aid on it. And the Band-Aid didn't last a couple months. And so the contractors we all talked to said, we'll put some work into it, but it needs replaced. That's the bottom line. And so this time we didn't even look at putting money in it because it felt like we'd be putting bad money after bad money.
Okay, let's move on to new business then. The bid proposals for my stair and boardwalk project.
Let me share the screen here and I'll show you where that comes in at.
You want me to share my magnifying glass?
No, because I've got a bigger screen than you do.
I'm ready.
All right, are you seeing this screen here with me moving my mouse on it?
Yep.
Excellent. And Karen, I can
Look at that.
blow
You
it
can
up.
enlarge it.
Let's do that because then we can see. So we had 4 different companies bid on the project. You'll see there were 3 base bids, and then each base bid had a couple alternates. there were 3 alternates on base bid A and B, and then 1 on C. And so when you add all the base bids up, this Builderscape was the low bidder with a total of $247,900. So where we're at with this right now is we did have a recommendation from our landscape architect to accept the base bids. Alternate 1 on both A and B and C is for the composite decking. So you would add that amount onto the base bid to do that'd be the plastic lumber decking on the structure. Alternate 2 in each is for a different kind of steel. What's that called, Pat?
No. It changes. We're not base bid is galvanized steel.
Right.
And then the alternate is just take away the galvanizing and just paint it.
No, but A2,
A2 is core 10. The
core 10. That's core 10, which is a different kind. Core 10 is the steel you see on the bridge in Marysville, the footbridge that has that rusted look.
Yeah,
so that was an upgrade we could have done. It was an additional. Right. That's an additional. And then alternate 3 was to eliminate the galvanized beams and go with a painted beam. So there's some savings there. Pat and I had met and talked. Here's kind of where we're at. Here's kind of the financial picture right now. You think that's the best way to go about this, right, Pat?
Yeah, definitely.
So currently, if we were to take the base bids as they are right now, we are $15,000 in fundraising away from meeting our match goal. Okay. If we are to, we feel strongly that the upgrade of the composite decking is very worthwhile. If we did the composite decking and did the painted beams, we'd have an additional cost of $12,500. So if we did everything, we would need to raise an extra $27,500 to make it work. So that's something we can work at and do. But I wanted to open for discussion to see where people were at, what they thought maybe about it. I'm sure if Pat and Dennis have some opinions on it, they've kind of been a little bit more involved in some of the process. So I kind of open up my speaking to you guys for discussion.
Well, first explain, is that alternate A1? Is that the upgrade you're talking about?
A1, B1, and C1 are all alternates to each of those base bids. So A1, B1, and C1 are the 3 totals that get you the composite decking. Alternate A3 and B3 are reductions to the base bid that put painted steel instead of galvanized steel.
Oh, those are reductions.
Those are 2 reductions.
Okay.
So the total, if we took all of those, it'd be an additional $12,500.
Well, yeah.
At the bridge?
I'm sorry, what was that, Dennis?
Is base bid C the bridge?
Yes. So
no. B's the bridge and C is the walkway up to the bridge.
The boardwalk from the hillside to the bridge. So the way we bid this, I should have described that better. Base bid A is for the stairway and bridge across the First Creek all in one. Okay, so that's the biggest piece of the construction. The bid B is for, if you know that valley trail, it's just to replace the bridge. You go across dirt land, down a little hill, and then basically replace the existing bridge with a new bridge that you go up some stairs and then go straight across into the bank. And then C is actually ties the bridge all the way over to the dirt path where it goes down a little slope back towards the stairway.
It's probably another, 40, 50 feet of walkway anyway?
Yeah, probably at least that, Pat, really.
Yeah. All right. It kind of,
Walkway from the bottom of the stairs?
yes, correct. Once you get across the ravine.
What,
Yeah.
so you come down the stairs, you go across the first bridge. That's all part of A. Then there's dirt path.
or a little-
Alternate C goes where the dirt path goes down the little slope. It would start there with alternate C goes over and ties into the bridge.
Okay.
The other one, the bridge,
Going over the
is,
creek.
It's got
Yeah.
a little, it's got a little seating area and a little platform
right.
midway in there too. That'd be nice.
Yeah, the seating area is added in C as well. That's
On the stairway, are they putting any overlooks? We
Yes.
talked about, is that
Yes.
included in that?
one at the very top,
of the stairs.
and then there's a couple little step offs part way down where people can
Okay.
pass.
Right.
Very good.
So it looks to me like in order to get this thing moving, we've got enough money in hand to do base bid A and B with the composite material. And if we can shake the bushes and pick up, $27,000 more money somewhere. Chris has talked to the city. Well, we haven't talked to the city yet, but to see what else we may be able to do to make this happen, or anybody else out there. But we could at least get this thing started, and then, I suggested maybe we ask the contractor if give us a little time to see if we can make this happen and on this alternate C before we could get the project moving. And if he would keep his bid hold his bid for a bit while we get a little more time to make this happen.
Basically, get them under construction. Pat, just to make sure I'm explaining, hearing you correct. We'd get them under construction where they could start the stairway part. And then if by the time they're kind of coming down there, when they would go over to start the other part, if we're ready, we could have that kind of in the contract that at a certain point in their construction, we could say, let's do this or let's not.
We need to probably know within 30 days here.
Yeah, I would think so as well.
Or not.
Yeah.
Usually
So
they'll
do we,
that kind of stuff.
so do we have a proposal then to start line item A and B, base bid A and alternate B to at least get this person under contract? Is that what we want then? Proposal for those two? Now at least we have those funds.
Well, I think that Chris's suggestion, I agree, is maybe essentially if we can find something out in the next week or so, at least give Chris a permission to negotiate what we can to get this thing going, or give him the latitude. Isn't that what you were asking, Chris?
Yeah, I think what we need to do is, and I like the way you presented that, Pat. I think that makes a lot of sense. We can do A and B with the alternate A on both, and then alternate A1 and B1 and alternate A3 and B3. Already we have the money, we can go. So I think that's how we should do that, is go ahead and start with that. I think maybe what the best move, if you guys are comfortable, would be to have a motion out there that says we want to move, authorizing me to enter into contract to take the bid and enter into contract with the lowest bidder for this project, and something in the motion about if we're able to raise funds and negotiate with the awardee, that we would try and see if we can raise the extra funds.
I think a simple way to do it, maybe, Chris, is say authorize you to move forward with the funds available for the project.
That's great.
You know,
Was that your motion, Pat?
Yeah, I will. I do. And to that point, Chris, if by chance, if we see in the next week or so that we can only raise 15,000, then we could not do the composite deck if we chose not to, and go back to the base bid stuff. If depending on what kind of funds we could raise.
Yep. I think that makes a lot of sense, because if we can do the whole thing, by raising the 15,000, then that makes sense to do that as well, and just not be able to get the composite, then we don't. But yeah, is that everybody like the sound of that?
Was I
So,
correct in hearing that the A3 and B3 was for the painted steel?
Yes.
Nah, I don't know. I don't understand much between the just painted steel and galvanized steel. What's the
Well,
difference?
galvanizing, you know what galvanizing is on the steel. I mean, it's a kind of a gray material that they process, they dip it in tanks.
Right. I
Galvanize.
just don't understand which ones last longer. And,
Well, the galvanizing could probably last longer, but I don't think, they've got steel beams out there now that last forever, so I really don't have any issue. I mean, personally, with the painted stuff, the painted stuff's going to adapt. And then, 10, 15 years, if it needs repainted, you can repaint it. So not a big deal from my aspect.
And it's not like it's in the ground either, and it's so then it's suspended. So my concern's more if it was buried or something along those lines, I think. But in this instance, I think we're going to be fine with the painted, and it's worth the savings, especially if it gets us the ability to be able to do the composite decking. Is it's still a wooden structure over steel, so the steel is going to, even the painted steel is going to last a lot longer than any of the wood.
That steel will last all of our lifetimes. I know mine for sure. So.
Okay, do we have a proposal?
Didn't Pat make the motion?
I did.
Can you figure that out, Chris? The way you said it? Because
I think we got it.
Saying. All right, so if Chris has got that under control, we need a second.
I will second.
Okay, motion seconded. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. That's exciting. Very nice. It's pretty cool to see something big like that going on. It's been a while since we've done a big project. Okie dokie. Anything else on that?
No, but
no.
Any resources available, we could sure use them.
Yeah, and if anybody has any people, there's a couple of people I'm going to reach out to here over the next couple of days. So there was a bank I had a conversation with a little while ago that I told them I'd be getting in touch with them again. That's not somebody that we've gotten donations from in the past that was very interested in helping with some projects. So I want to reach out to them, and then just follow up with some others that we think might be able to help support it. So.
I'm hoping to have a yard sale and going to give my money to it. That's why I thought, yeah, I'll donate it. As long as when I can find time when it's not so hot.
Yeah.
Are you going to have venison in that yard sale? Some fresh venison?
Yeah, well, it'll be running around in the backyard.
There you go. Very good. Okay.
So we're gonna get
So
something
the next item is to move into executive session.
What was that, Pat?
Are we going to maybe talk to the mayor and on funding too?
Yeah, I'll get with you on that.
Okay.
So we need to move from regular to executive session. We need a proposal for that. 7:41.
Hey, I'm gonna send Nate a message that he's gonna have to go, but I'm gonna have him text me his phone number so I can give him a call afterwards. Does that sound good, Nate?
Give us a thumbs up, Nate.
Or he can, or text. It's just.
Well, you're the, you have control.
I know, but I want to make sure that we're on the same page so he doesn't feel like. The only thing we're going to come back for is for adjournment. I don't expect any. There won't be any motions taken afterwards if everybody's in agreement. So that we don't have to worry about coming back to the public on that. I got an I understand text from Nate, and so we're gonna go ahead then.
I'll make a motion that we move into executive session.
All right.
The motion, we have a second?
Second.
Second, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye, opposed, same sign. Very good. 7:42, Karen?
All right,
Yeah.
1 second here. I need to do a little bit of, I need to stop our live stream.
Yeah.